Good morning, students. Now today we are going to start our fifth lecture of chapter number 9, that is electromagnetic induction. Okay, and in our previous lecture we have completed the topic of energy conservation, in which we have proved that the work done by a rectangular loop, conducting rectangular loop in a non-uniform magnetic field is always equals to the heat dissipated. Okay, and we have solved the numerical also, and one of the numerical I have given you for your homework. Clear? Now further proceed the next topic, and our next topic is induced EMF in a metal rod rotating in a uniform magnetic field. Uniform magnetic field. Okay, so we have to calculate the induced EMF in a metal rod which was rotating in a uniform magnetic field. So first of all, I will just draw the diagram so it will be easy for you to understand the concept of this topic. Okay, so here I am just first of all make that it was moving in a rotating. It was rotating, so it was making in a circular motion. It was being a circular motion. Okay, and here we have just kept the rod. It was of length L from the center. Okay, and it was kept in the uniform magnetic field like this. Okay, and its rectangular, its angular velocity is omega. It was moving with the angular velocity omega. Okay, so in this the uniform magnetic field is just shown by the cross. It is saying that it was in the direction inward and perpendicular to the plane of paper. You know it very well. Dot and cross, two things are there. Dot means it was coming outward and cross means it was going inward. Okay, and a conducting rod OA conducting rod of length L is rotating in a uniform angular velocity omega in an anti-clockwise in the magnetic field. Now we have to consider a small length element. Suppose I am just consider a small length element dl. Okay, of the rod which is moving perpendicular to the magnetic field with velocity v. So the magnitude of induced EMF in this small element, the construction theory I am not writing. Okay, that was the common thing which is already mentioned in the diagram. So magnitude of induced EMF in this small element, that is, we have right now in our previous two lectures we have discussed that E is equals to BVL. For the small EMF, for the small length, it was DE is equals to BV DL. Okay, now suppose that if the small element is at distance from center, then Then we are consider the relation. You know the relation, beta? What is the relation? V is equals to omega L. Okay. So I am just putting this value in equation number 1. Then dE is equals to V omega L dl. Okay. Now suppose the length of the entire is your capital L. Okay. So for this, induced EMF across the road is equal to the integration of above equation from O to L. So what was its integration? I am integrating d from O to L. It will be means origin. Okay, B omega L dl. Okay, so now the integration of dE is E. You know it very well. B and omega is a constant verb. Integration of L dl. So integration of L is your L square by 2, 0 to L. So E is equals to half. I am taking in front omega, B omega, and in place of L I am just placing the value of L, capital L and 0. So L square minus 0 square. So directly I am writing here L square, equation number 3. Okay. Now by using Fleming right hand rule and in view of direction of magnetic field and direction of rotation, the induced current is directed from A to O and the end O of the road if positively charged and A is negatively charged. For this case, now we have to be calculate it. So if the frequency of rotation of road is F, then you know the formula, omega is equals to 2 pi F. So we have to put the value of omega in equation number 3. Okay, so the equation will become E is equals to half B into 2 pi F into L square. So 2 and 2 has been cancelled out. Okay, and your new equation will become E is equals to B pi L square into F. Okay, now you know the equation of formula of the area of a circle. So suppose area of circle traversed by road in magnetic field is A. Then so pi r square, so here pi l square is equals to A. So put this value in equation number 4, then we get E is equals to BAF. So this is the value of the induced EMF in a metal rod which is rotating in a uniform magnetic field. B is a magnetic field, A is the area of a circle in which it was rotating in the magnetic field, F is the frequency. Clear? Now in the same thing, we are now take a metallic disc which is rotating in a uniform magnetic field. Okay, right now we have just take a metallic rod. Now we are taking a metallic disc. So for that we have to be calculate the induced EMF in a metal disc rotating in a uniform magnetic field. Okay, so for it, first of all we have to draw the diagram so that you can better understand the entire concept of this topic through the diagram. Okay, so here we are taking a disc and this disc is kept in a uniform magnetic field. Okay, and from center O to A of a radius. Okay, and moving with the angular velocity omega. This is about the diagram. Now a uniform magnetic field B which is perpendicular to the plane of paper and which is inward, that's why it was showing by the cross. A metallic disc of a radius r, small r, is rotating in the magnetic field with the angular velocity omega in the plane of a paper which is anti-clockwise. Now this can be considered as made up of many rods having one common end at the center O of the disc and the other end at the circumference. The length of the each rod L is equal to the distance, the radius R. Okay, so due to the rotation of the magnetic field, EMF will induce across each rod, and the end of the center is positive and the circumference is negative. Okay, so directly we are going through that. So the EMF across each rod is given by E is equals to half B omega R square. Okay, now for this omega it will become your 2 pi F. Okay, so 2 and 2 cancel out, pi F R square, pi R square is your area, A is there, F is there. So it will become BAF, equation number 1. Right now we have discussed. Okay. Now, because of EMF across each rod is same and these are connected in parallel, hence resultant EMF across center and circumference of disc is equals to BAF. Now I am just taking its magnitude, so it will become B into pi r square into omega upon 2 pi. So pi and pi cancel, the same formula will become beta. E is equals to half B omega r square, equation number 2. Okay, the same thing is there. Now, moving forward, a numerical is there. So, in that numerical, the question is a 0.5 meter long conductor rod is placed in uniform magnetic field of 0.04 Tesla. The rod is rotating about its one end perpendicular to the plane of magnetic field with angular velocity 40 revolution per second. Find EMF induced across the road. Okay, so this is your question in which you have to be calculate the induced EMF, okay, the value of magnetic field, the length of a conducting rod, and the value of frequency has been given in the question. Simple question is this, simply we have to put all the values in the formula. So its solution is we have to write down the formula which we have to use. Okay, so for the induced EMF, the formula which we have to be used is BAF. Okay, and in this the area is your pi r square, so E is equals to B. In place of A, area we have to be dimension, so area will be your pi L square, okay, and F, the frequency. Clear? Now we have to be put all that values, okay. So the values which is given, so the values of magnetic field is 0.04 Tesla, length will be your 0.5 meter, okay, and the value of frequency is 40 revolution per second. Okay, so we have to put the values. So A is equals to 0.04 into 3.14 into L square means 0.5 to the square multiplied by 40. So after multiplying all these values, we get the value 1.256 volt. This is your answer. Simply we have to put all the values in the formula, nothing else. Okay. Now moving forward with the next topic, and our next topic is the induced EMF due to rotation of a rectangular coil in uniform magnetic field. Okay, so in the uniform magnetic field we are having a rectangular coil which is rotating, and for that we have to be calculate the value of induced EMF. First we have just take a conducting rod, then we are taking a metallic disc, and now we are taking the rectangular coil. Okay, so I am just drawing the diagram, and the diagram is like this. A rectangular coil is there in a frame, like this. I am just giving it labeling A, B, C and D. Okay, and here the strong magnetic field, a uniform magnetic field is there of north pole and south pole. From the center, here's the magnetic field B was making an angle with the A, and it was rotating with the angular velocity omega, like this. Okay, so the rectangular coil ABCD placed in a uniform magnetic field such that its axis of rotation is perpendicular to the magnetic field. It was perpendicular to the magnetic field. Okay, and when the coil rotates, the angular velocity omega and the angle between the plane of a coil and the direction of a magnetic field changes continuously, and hence the magnetic field associated with the coil which also varies with the time and produce the induced EMF in the coil. Okay, get my point? Is I have to write a theory or you have to be write by your own? Okay, I am just simply write the theory of this topic. Okay, a rectangular coil ABCD is placed in uniform magnetic field such that its axis of rotation is perpendicular to magnetic field when coil rotates at angular velocity omega. The angle between plane of coil and direction of magnetic field changes continuously. So hence the magnetic flux associated with coil also varies with time, which produces induced EMF in coil. Okay, so the theory I have right. Okay, so we are going further, that what is the value of the flux for this. So suppose at any instant t, the area vector A is at an angle theta with magnetic field B. Number of turns in coil is N, then flux passing through coil. What is the formula of the flux? B dot A, and there is n number of turns, so B dot A, and it will become NBA cos theta. Okay, and angle it was making, that is the omega t. You know beta, angular velocity is equals to angular displacement upon time. Omega is your angular velocity, theta is your angular displacement, t is your time. So from here displacement, angular displacement is equals to angular velocity into time. So from here in place of theta we are writing omega t. So phi b is equals to NBA cos omega t. Okay, and the further diagram is just like that. When in a uniform magnetic field like this, B and C is placed. I am just taking one of the phase B and C, and here the magnetic field is there, and with the direction it was making the angle theta. Okay, like this. So here it will be equation number 1. Now you know that the magnitude, since the magnitude of flux changes with time t, the induced EMF given by Faraday's law is your EMF E is equals to minus of d phi by dt B. Okay, so I'm just putting the value of phi B from equation 1. So minus and d by dt, it's your BA cos omega t. Now BA is your constant. The differentiation of cos omega t is E is equals to minus and BA d cos omega t upon dt. Okay, so value of the cos omega t, the differentiation of cos theta is your minus sin theta, and is any of the constant is there, then it will become in a multiplied form. So your differentiation will become minus and minus plus. Okay, so NBA omega is a constant, it will become forward for the multiplication, and cos omega t, it will become sin omega t. Equation number 2. Okay, and for that I am just considering it E is equals to E naught sin omega t. Equation number 3. So here E naught is maximum, we can say a peak value of induced EMF, that is E naught is equals to NBA omega. Equation number 4. And when we plot a graph between E and time t, so your graph is like this. Okay, so it is in between E and time t, starting from the 0 origin. Take the maximum peak value E naught, that is your NBA omega. This is a quarter time, t by 4, half of the time, t by 2, third quadrant, that is your 3t by 4, and it was complete one cycle, take sin t. Okay, so we see that the induced EMF is 0 or minimum when the flux passing through the coil is maximum, and when the flux passing through the coil is minimum, then the induced EMF is your what? Maximum. Okay, now if a resistor R is connected with coil, then current in the circuit is I is equals to EMF upon R. Value of E is your E naught sin omega t upon R. Okay, so E naught, I is equals to E upon R. So E naught upon R is your I naught. So I is equals to I naught sin omega t. Equation number 5. Okay, clear? So here I naught is the maximum, or we can say peak value of the induced EMF. Clear? And the equation number 3 and equation number 5 is the value of alternating EMF and alternating current. Okay, and this is also the principle of alternating current generator. Okay, I'm just mentioning that equation 3 and equation 5 are called alternating EMF and alternating current respectively, and this is also the principle of alternating current generator. Okay, clear? This is all about that, about the induced EMF due to the rotation of a rectangular coil in uniform magnetic field. Now in our next lecture we are going to start with the new topic, that is your eddy current. Eddy current is important one. Sometimes a definition of eddy current has been asked and sometimes its application has been asked in the board exam. Okay, clear? Now moving toward today's homework. And today's homework numerical is diameter of a metallic gramophone disc is 0.20 meter. The disc is rotating at the rate 40 revolution per minute in horizontal plane. The vertical component of Earth magnetic field is 0.01 Tesla. Then you have to find the EMF which is induced between the center and at the circumference of the disc. Clear? Okay. The diameter has been given, which is your 0.20 meter. So you need the value of radius, so you have to make its value half. Okay, and the revolution of the rate of a frequency has been given, that is 40 revolution per minute. So what you have to do, you have to be convert into second, so 40 upon 60. Clear? And the horizontal plane and the vertical component of magnetic field, which is given the value of magnetic field in the question, that is your 0.01 Tesla. So your formula, it will become EMF E is equals to BAF. B is your magnetic field, F is your frequency 40 upon 60 when we convert it into second, and your A is your area. So value of area is not be given in the question, then we are taking it pi r square. So R we have taken from the diameter value. Okay, so it will become B pi r square into F, and all the values you are already having in the question. So from that you can easily calculate and get your answer. Clear? Okay. Now next of the things, next topics we are going to discuss in our next lecture. Thank you. That's all for today.